Hey guys, Devin Riley here. I'm gonna do another bareback riding video, and it's gonna be called the Bareback Riders pregame. So if you're new to bareback riding or intermediate and you get to the rodeo and you don't know the order of events to get ready or get properly ready, because when I was first starting, you never knew what was the best way to get started or warm up. You kind of see what everyone else is doing and you just kind of copied them. So what I like to do when I first get to the rodeo is I like to get there either an hour and a half or an hour early before the rodeo starts. So either I get out of the car if I've been driving for 6 hours, stretch, move around, get the blood moving, drink some coffee, do whatever you need to do to kind of get warmed up, and then grab your gear out of the car, truck, wherever you drive, get back behind the chutes, see your buddies, talk to them a little bit, BS. But then what I like to do is I like to get my gear kind of spread out. So I'll get my rigging out, and what I like to do when I get started, first thing I want to do is I want to check my gear. So what I like to look at when I'm looking at my rigging, and come over here, Ryder. So like what I want to do is I'll look at the handle. I want to make sure that there's no cracks, anything spread out. If it's in a hot or cold car, I want to look, see if there's any cracks going down the handle. Just kind of give it an overall check, make sure that everything looks good. And then what I want to do is I want to check my bolts going in here, because if you're going from, hot, humidity, or cold, or when it just different temperature changes, this can change your rigging and the tightness. So what I like to do is I got just a little wrench, hand wrench, and it is a, let's see here, 7/16, and I like the hand tighten ones so that it isn't, you don't over tighten these, because if you do, you will shear these off and break them if you have a ratchet. So I just take it on there, give it a good little test, go around that side, around the far side, give that a test as well. And then also you want to test these back ones here. I just pull the pad down and give it a good crank. I knew a guy once that didn't tighten these down, and there was like a 1/2-inch gap there, and he still rode a horse. So once I got those checked, that's good. And then what I like to do when I first get there is get my rigging ready to ride. So what I do is I'll put my hand in the glove, and this isn't my rigging, so I won't do it with this one. Just try to make this video as short and sweet as possible. But I'll run my hand in, I'll crack it back, I'll put my feet in my latigos, and then I'll like deadlift with that hand in the rigging. And what that's gonna do is make sure that it's tight. And if I feel like it's loose anywhere, I can either add some tape to the front, I can change up my glove if I need to. And that's another thing, getting to the rodeo early, just in case there is some gear malfunctions. You got time to fix it before you ride. So with that, what I'll do is I will put some rosin on my rigging. That's checked. I'll put some rosin on my glove, so my glove and rigging's ready to go. Then what I want to do is, if you know what side your horse is on, if you know he's going to come out the right or left, that'll help out a ton. But then I'll take some baby powder and I'll baby powder my latigos. But before I do that, what I want to do is I want to inspect the latigos for any cracks or any wear and tear, because that would suck to be riding and have a latigo break, and then you're in the middle of the arena with your hand in your rigging and the horse is still bucking out across there and you're making a good ride. So I just like to go down and inspect, make sure there's no rips, tears, anything. You can kind of zoom in on this and kind of see what I'm looking at. And then I'll also check the back side as well. Just make sure that nothing, you can see it's a little roughed up there, but that's not bad. You just make sure there's nothing severe that's gonna break. So then when that's done, put some baby powder on your hands, run it down the top, and then you can put your cinch on. So then once that's done, your gear is checked as far as your rigging that's gonna be holding you on the horse. So next, what I like to do when I'm at the rodeo is put on different clothes. I'll have some, let me pull this out here. What I will have is I will have some compression shorts, and these are just some biker shorts that have some padding for your tailbone and side and whatever, just to keep them muscles together and not wearing the same underwear so they don't bunch up and you have like a thong going on. But so some compression shorts. I'll either have like a tail pad, and then I'll have some riding jeans. And riding jeans are a little stretchy. They're a little bigger than what you're normally going to wear, so that when you're spurring, you don't rip a hole in the butt or in the knees or whatnot. And then like, I never rode with a belt. You can if you like, but I always just had some tape tied up, and I would tie it across the front to cinch down my jeans. And then some guys would wear a compressive, just like a tight Under Armour shirt if they want that extra feel. I did, but then in the summer times it gets pretty hot. But so once I changed into my riding clothes, I'll throw on my boots, and then I'll throw on my spurs, make sure that they're tied on, ready to rock and roll. And I'm not gonna go through all this stuff right now. I'm just kind of giving you the quick down and dirty of what to do to get ready. So once I'm dressed, next what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna warm up and stretch. So, you know, bareback riding is a very physically demanding sport, and the more that you can kind of get warmed up, and this is kind of everyone's personal preference. I'm an ex-wrestler, so I like to do a wrestling kind of warm up. I like to get the blood going, and just to kind of walk you through some stretches I would do, kind of arm across the chest, kind of warm up them shoulders, stretch this way, kind of get some body twists moving. Definitely want to move, touch your toes, get the quads opened up. Some guys would kind of get the groin opened up. This helps out a lot. Moving down. We see some guys that will use the fence, kind of get stretched. And biggest thing for this, man, is you just want to get the blood moving. You want to be warm so that when you get on that horse, you're not breathing hard. You're not gonna, this is just gonna lessen the chance of pulling a muscle. So, trying to think what else would be next. Like, and all this thing in a time frame, you can do all this within an hour. So like the first 15 minutes, let's say, is that you're checking your gear and you're changing. The next 15 minutes is you're warming up and stretching. And then the next 15 minutes is taping your arm. And I have a YouTube video already. Go check that out. I don't know what side there's gonna be space, but I'll put a picture of what that looks like on the video so you can go watch how to tape your arm with or without a brace. And then what you're gonna wanna do finally before you get on is put on your Chap's vest, hat, and also when you're taping, I should say, let me back up a second, back to when you're taping. This is a good time to visualize and do some mental training as well, because you know, we just warmed up our body physically, but it's time to get mentally right as well. And what I would like to do, would I just either go sit by myself or just kind of get to where I'm in my own mind and I'm picturing that horse in the chute, me sliding up, cracking my hand back, nod my head, horse leaving to the right or left. If I know what color he is, then I can even visualize that. Him taking his first jump, me hold my feet for 2, and then when he starts breaking, dragging my feet, setting them, dragging my feet, setting them, build my ride, and then just going to be 90 there at the end. So that's kind of the process I would do for mentally preparing and just thinking positive affirmations. And there's a lot of good books out there that a guy can read. Also, like Gary LeFew, he's got a lot of positive things about what to do for mental training, but that helps you out, kind of gets you in a positive mindset before you go into your ride. And then finally, like I said earlier, put your Chap's vest, hat on, go find your chute when they get them loaded, and get ready to ride. So that's the Bareback Riders pregame. It's pretty short and sweet. I know I didn't go through everything doing it physically, but I wanted to kind of let you guys know that, hey, this is kind of the breakdown of what you can do going into riding your bareback horse. So if you guys like the video, please leave a comment, subscribe, let your friends, fellow bareback riders know about the video, and share it. Appreciate it, you guys. Have a good day.